But he's like a panther, and you can't just grab him thinking, oh, it's going to be like a cozy house cat that loves to cuddle.
Bagheera!
This is Foxtrot.
He's Foxtrot.
The most sleek panther cat I've ever owned.
Yeah.
But he's also can be the most vicious. Welcome back, everybody. We are on part two of our talk about trucks and RVs.
And shit just got real.
And how
we're putting the house out on the market.
Just got real. We're putting our house on the market. Yes. We got to get a truck within the next month. And then the plan is to get a trailer, I think, after we sell the house.
Yeah, people are asking, well, do you have a trailer? No, we don't have a trailer. We're just selling a house. Yeah. So where are you guys going to live? Yeah. Well, good question. Good question.
Oh, yeah,
so
we can talk about that.
The truck will be done in the next couple weeks.
Oh my gosh, that scares me.
It does scare me too.
Saying that out loud.
The truck will be done in the next few weeks. The house will be sold in the next couple months. Mm-hmm. And will we have an RV by then? My preference is yes, we should have one because we need to be hauling it and understanding this. I remember, and people that are camping and RVing and towing have seen the clip where the guy runs into like the bank pavilion,
going to get insurance for his RV.
Yeah, and he just brings
takes
out everything.
The whole
yeah, and I think
trailer.
It was he takes down the pavilion, the overhang. He takes out his truck. He takes out the RV, and I think his son was in there, and they all escaped minor. But it was like his second day or like second hour of owning the RV.
I'll put the clip in right now.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was that. So that's scary. So will we have an RV by then? My preference is yes, we should have it. But the reality is, if we have to, if we have a truck, and we will have the truck by then, we're actually looking across the nation because in my mind, I think in your mind, when you're looking for an RV like us that needs the ability to house 3 kids comfortably with bunk beds and bump outs and a toy hauler,
you need your own office.
It really limits the selection out to the. I think it's it's the 4205, the Dutchman Voltage 4205, which has you can look it up now.
I'll send it. I'll post a link.
But it really limits it to that or like a very few select other ones. And honestly, whoever has the best, across the nation, we have a vehicle that can drive. People, the kids have enough leg room. We have enough leg room, and we're actually on the road now. We'll have to, I'm okay with driving to Florida. I'm okay with driving to California to pick up the trailer or the RV and looking at it. Oh, here's another caddy. So honestly, will we have the RV by then? I really hope so. We really need to be talking to, what the heck is his name?
I don't know.
But anyway, we really have to be looking for the RV right now too.
Yeah.
I hope we have one by the time we sell. If we don't, worst case scenario, we have a house. Your parents have moved out of your house, the house that they live in. And we can live there while we look for an RV. And we have family. We have friends. It's not going to be desolate.
Well, and the thing I keep thinking of is, and I know we've talked about this, but the thing I think I'm reminded of is like when you go on vacation, you aren't in your house.
Right.
Especially when you go on road trip vacations, you take your vehicle and you go somewhere.
Right.
And we will be already closed on our house. We're already going to get a check from the house. We've basically confirmed we're going to get at least a little bit of money from it. And that's going to be immediately put into our account. So I'm not worried about, okay, we might have to get a hotel here and there on the way to getting the RV. But my preference would be to wait so that maybe we would have some negotiating room on that RV and we could be able to pay in cash from the closing. Now, I don't know how much we'll be getting back. I don't know if we'll be getting back enough to pay fully for the RV. But I figure even if we can cut that in half, with what we close with the house, I figure that way we can get maybe a lower interest rate on the loan we would have to take out or whatever. But that would be my preference. And then technically, I know they say don't immediately move into an RV, like feel it out. But I also figure we have plenty of places we could park at and kind of, my parents' house, your sister's house, your mom's house. We could park outside them and
we can live
figure it out and go on little excursions and live in it. But then if we need to fix something or it doesn't go as well as we thought we could, we can still we need a home base so that we can figure things out while we'll be living in it full time immediately. In my scenario.
Right.
However, it wouldn't be like where we're just like at a national park, like staying by ourselves. Like we have backup. Like I said, we can stay outside my parents' house. We can stay outside.
Yeah, a lot of people had that
house.
question of like, do you have an RV yet? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
And
but that's a lot of questions. Like, okay, when are you getting it? And are you going to get it before? And I think that was a good
shivers.
That was a good answer to, that question. Like, we don't know. We're willing to travel for it. Obviously, we're really willing to look for it.
Yeah. And we have, by the time, so from what I've talked to my mom, I've never sold a house before. We've never bought a house. This is our first house.
Mm-hmm.
But from what my mom said was the minute they sign the contract on the house and they say whatever the offer is, our realtor, Libby, will come back and be like, this is how much you're going to get a check for. Because she figures in all the costs, takes all that out. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, this is how much you're going to have.
Oh, good.
So we will know at that point how much we're going to get as long as the sale goes through.
Good.
And then at closing, so we have a whole month between the time they sign the contract and closing, and we'll know how much we have. So we can call up all these RV places and be like, okay, we're coming to you on this day because this day is closing.
Right.
We're coming to you on this day. We want to buy this RV. Mm-hmm. Will you have it ready? Can we negotiate a lower offer with, if we're paying with cash, blah, 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 blah. And we'll have essentially somewhere between a couple weeks and a month to figure out where we're going to go, where we're going to buy it from, how much we're going to have to take out in a loan, how much we're going to pay with cash. Can we get a lower offer? And that to me is comfort enough to say, why not wait until we close so we can go to them with a check and be like, boom, paid for, debt free, or at least lower debt amount.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I get why it would be scary to do it that way too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like, why not? Because it's not like we'd be homeless. We have my parents' house to move into. If, say we got to the RV place, we're like, hey, we're ready to buy it now. And they're like, oh, we don't have it. We won't have it for another week or two, or you can't drive it off the lot today. Be like, all right, we'll stay in a hotel for a few days, or we'll go stay at my parents or whatever.
Or Airbnb it.
Yeah, it's like.
That's the other thing too.
We can roll with the punches.
Okay, well, are you going to be in an RV for a year? Are you going to be in an RV for 12 months? And the reality is that would be pretty scary, and maybe we want to change things up. Mm-hmm. There is Airbnb, and we could, take an Airbnb. We can live in a house, away from our parents, or away from my parents, away from your parents, or family, or friends, and we can be in. I don't think we know anybody in New Orleans, or Louisiana, or Tennessee, or any of those. We can just Airbnb for 2 weeks. That happens, we can do that.
Well, I was thinking about when we go to New York City, we're going to be wanting to see everything in the city, and it doesn't make sense to have the RV and the truck obviously in the city. That's not going to happen.
No, you can't. So
when we go to places like New York City, we'll be parking outside into the country, and then we'll go into the city and stay at a hotel or something and see everything while we're in, and we'll be total tourists. And it'll be awesome.
Sure. That's cool. Yeah.
And so, that's kind of the thought is we don't have to live in the RV at all times. It'll be like I said, we're going to be like nomads. I know we got to get our passports.
Yeah, we need passports.
We got to get our passports, guys. So that all being said, the type of RV we're looking at, I know we linked it before, but we,
it has a couple criteria we need. Obviously, it needs bunk beds for our two youngest
not
girls.
necessarily bunk beds. It could have had any kind of beds. We just needed space for our 3 girls.
And
because, well, what I was going to say is I know when I've looked at RVs and trailers, so many of them are like, sleeps 5 to 8 people. And I'm always like, 8 people. Okay, let me check everything out. I
think ours holds like 12 to 14 sleeps.
Yeah, it's like
easily.
So they say like 5 to 8 people or this, whatever. And then you look and it's like, oh, well, the table and chairs fold out into a bed. And it's like, my thought is if we're living in this, they need their own designated space. We can't be, we could technically be folding out the table and chairs every day.
Who wants to do that? You know?
So let's
make our own room.
That was my thought is like, let's be specific about what we want.
Yeah.
And we want them all to have their own space. So we looked for bunkhouses specifically.
Yep.
There's a loft above. It's connected to the kitchen, but above your office, which is the garage, and it has a whole space for him for the garage. And the thought behind that
was my criteria.
Well, and I don't even think it was in the beginning, because in the beginning you weren't looking at things where you had your own space. You were like, oh, well, I'll just work in the truck.
At the beginning, I was just entertaining your idea.
That's true too.
Let's do this then.
Well, and then we saw a Toyhauler, and I remember seeing it from the 188 square feet.
Oh yeah,
when they started.
You've mentioned them a lot. We should link them again.
Yeah. So when I started...
They're cool. They're the couple.
Yeah,
no kids.
They're so cool. Yep. They have dogs and cats.
Yeah.
But when we first saw them renovating their Toyhauler, it was like, this makes sense. This would work for us because you could have your own office. And it was the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this isn't not even... like a want, this is a need, because
absolutely 100%. I'm constantly working.
You're constantly working. You're constantly on the phone. You need your own space. You need a door to be able to lock.
We walked into that RV just by chance. We were just looking. The guy let us look, and
he opened up like 3 RVs, and he was just like, "Go ahead."
This might have been one that he didn't open up for us, and we just started looking at the other ones.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyway, we saw this. I'm like, oh man, this could work. Not only there's enough space, not only there's bedrooms for our. You
would have your own bathroom attached to your office, so you wouldn't have to like go into the. Well, I'm just saying, like, it's part of your office, so it would be like, and then it has the bed in there too that's lofted. But I just was thinking about how like you have your own space to work, so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just totally made sense. And then it has the only thing that I would change in the entire thing, which I think says something about it, because most of them, when I would look at them, I would say, well, we'd have to fix this, or we'd have to change this, or we'd have to renovate this because this doesn't fit what we need. The only thing I would change is that in the main living space, there's a big fat couch. And because the garage, I think, was supposed to be the eating area, but now it's going to be your office.
Yeah, you want
that. The couch will become our like living room / dining room.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the only thing that I'm like, I don't know how we're going to fix this.
Right.
But if there's a way to take that couch out and make it a mini dining area, that would be my preference, because also with Bailey's school every morning, you don't want her working in your office with you.
See, that's another reason we need to buy it before the house sells, so we can actually look at these things.
Well, but that's what I was saying is, so then, I mean, back to what my thought was, is we buy it.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Arizona for 3 months, and we would have time to renovate it while we're there, because it'll be with Halloween to
your
Christmas.
Contact over there, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my thought, is if we can... This cat. Come here. Are you going to attack me? Yeah.
This is our oldest cat.
No, this isn't our oldest cat.
Oh, well, you're talking about danger, yeah.
This is Foxtrot. He's our mean cat. He's our tomcat. He's like a jaguar. You got to be careful with him. He'll attack you. We love him though. It's just like having a wild animal in your house. You just got to respect that he doesn't want to be touched all the time.
He might
It's like,
kill you.
How many people have like tigers or lions in their house, you know? It's like, that's what we have. He's technically the size of a house cat.
He's a good panther. Yeah.
But he's like a panther, and you can't just grab him thinking, oh, it's going to be like a cozy house cat that loves to cuddle.
Bagheera!
But that being said, that's what my thought was, is we'd buy it, we'd go to Arizona, and we'd have time to get used to it there.
Interesting, yes.
Renovate what we need to, fix your office to make it whatever you need it to be.
Yeah. We'll have some extra money by then, too.
That's what I'm hoping, and we can do something to the dining area, because the couch was comfy. It was amazing. Yeah. If we had that...
Let's get rid of this comfy couch. Let's put a fucking table there.
But what else are we going to do? Otherwise, the kids are going to be sitting on a couch eating dinner every time. And maybe we make that work, or maybe we figure out if there's another alternative. So
maybe we'll have two desks. Or something.
that was my thing, is like I know that in the last year there have been times when Bailey came down here while you were working to do homeschool work.
Yeah.
And you did not enjoy it because she was distracted and wanted to talk to you the whole time.
They all want to talk to me.
So she can't do her homeschool every day in your office.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. And I think that's going to be more podcasts in the future. So if you're following us on Road to Mayhem, this is why it is called the Road to Mayhem, because we're going
it's a lot of figuring out how to stay sane and how we're going to do it. Yeah, and we're excited.
Yep, because who gets this chance? Who gets this opportunity? And if you're listening and you do get this chance, I hope you take it. I hope you jump at this, because it literally is. I'm looking for a life-changing experience here.
Yeah, for
even packing, when they said, okay, well, the realtor says, okay, you need to
clean out,
declutter, and then when you're done decluttering, you got to declutter again. I was talking to Shannon, and I said the same thing. I said, when you get here, when you visit us in July, it's June. It's middle of June right now.
She comes out the end of July.
Yep. When you get here, it's going to be pretty barren. And it's going to be like pretty empty.
She's going to love it. She's so minimalist. I'm sure, I was thinking about that. I bet when she comes here, usually she's like, I can't stand it here.
There's an answer to you.
It's so, just like, because we collect. We're collectors.
Oh,
I'm collectors. My kids are collectors. Yeah. Like when we have those.
I am too. But we all are. You're right. I'm sorry.
It's like you collect things. Yeah, there are things you collect. But like with the toys, I'm like, if we buy one toy and there's a bunch of them that all like match, like the LOL surprise dolls, I'm like, we should just get them all. And it's so hard for me to be like, they have two, they don't need more.
That's why it's great when you have a limited space. You can.
I know. I'm really excited.
You got to get rid of some of these.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say?
That's about it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't. So where were we going to this podcast? This is podcast 4.
Yep. We're on podcast 4 right now.
Yeah.
The part 2 is 4.
It's going to be exciting because when they might not be listening to this as we start off, but I'm thinking, for the future of the Road to Mayhem podcast, we're going to be vlogging on the road. We're going to be going through the process of buying a vehicle. We're going to go through the process of buying the RV in depth and detail. We're going to be, hopefully maybe we'll be, recording the steps of all those. We'll be recording on the road. I'm imagining. Hopefully, this is a little bit more exciting with our road cam, our dash cam, and just putting some visual effects behind that.
Yeah.
But anyway, at any rate, holy moly, this is going fast.
It's going a lot faster than I thought. I think it's like the.
Before we talked to our realtor, we were saying, okay, September, October, maybe. Mm-hmm. I think in my mind,
I didn't.
Okay, we'll put it on August, September. Maybe we'll sell. And that's why I wasn't telling anybody else, like Katrina, I don't know, because I really had no idea. And now it's 4 hours after the fact. And it's like, we could be selling it by the end of June or July.
I was thinking about how in the military, the phrase was always hurry up and wait. And now it's the opposite of that. It's like, it was like slow. And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom,
get this shit done.
Get it all done now. And it's like, whoa, like I thought we had more time than
Patches
this.
hole. Yep.
But I'm excited I'm excited because I feel like that's the way I work best.
Get carpet.
I work best in short amounts of time.
Yeah.
Highly motivated short amounts of time. I'm not good.
You knocked out. Okay. The case in point. You started painting our bathroom 2 years ago white.
Yeah.
You stopped halfway through.
Yeah. Because it was like not good. And I was like,
3 days ago. 3 days ago, you bought paint. You painted the bathroom.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we finished it.
Yeah.
2 days.
I'm not good on long haul things.
Not
if there's
the white,
something I
but a
need to
different
stay like generally motivated for
Yeah.
long periods of time, it doesn't work for me.
Right.
I'm good on like short bursts of motivation where I'm like, let's do everything right now
Hey, you got your post-it notes. You get all these steps now.
for like quick rewards.
Boom. Yep.
So like getting all this done, putting it on the market, that feels really good for me. And I'm like, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do small things or even big things, but like short amounts of time.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
Yep.
So I'm excited because I'm like, this is exactly where I can thrive. I can thrive on get it done.
Yeah. You have literally 2 weeks before this goes.
I can
live.
totally thrive.
And now
in
it's
that.
like, oh my gosh, you have 1 week and you've only done the bathroom. Oh, now you have a week and now you need to paint the master bedroom. You have to paint the hall. You have to paint the stairwell. You have to paint the.
This week we need to get all the painting done, especially upstairs, so
much painting.
So that when the carpets come the next week,
Yeah.
we aren't painting on new carpets.
Yeah. Okay. So this week, let's. This is the 14th. I mentioned this in the old podcast too.
That's still June 14th.
Still June 14th, and we're doing this again. That's why we're wearing the same things.
Maybe I'll put out
tomorrow or Sunday.
two
We
in the same
need to.
week.
Yeah, we need to contact the carpet guy. We need to contact Pack Rat. We need to contact the Connex box. Connex box. We call it a Connex box because we've lived in Connex
Storage
boxes. The Connex box is actually a storage unit that you see on rail cars, or sometimes on the back of semi trucks. Connex box is basically okay. A normal person would think of a pod, that metal box. A Connex box is at least twice the size of that, right?
Yeah.
That's a Connex box.
Yeah. Pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. But it's a storage unit, storage container that can be hauled off, dropped in our driveway and hauled off once it's filled.
Yep. So
what our choices, what
week.
What our ability to we need to document all these things and show the people, our fans and friends and podcast listeners, what's going on.
I think I'm going to post the vlog today.
Yeah.
I think I want to do Friday to Friday vlogs.
And we can do like sped up videos,
and then
like
Monday's
packing.
podcast.
Yeah. Good call.
Kind of space it out and then figure out what we're going to do Wednesdays.
Good
do
call.
something
Hey,
Monday,
this
Wednesdays, or
cat's
Fridays.
back.
I know. What's his
Maybe he'll
thing?
come up and he'll want to talk.
You going to say hello or are you going to claw the couch again? Kitty.
Oh, here he goes.
There you
Oh.
Come here. You going to come here?
Last episode, we were blessed with the beautiful Penelope.
This is Foxtrot.
He's Foxtrot.
The most sleek panther cat I've ever owned.
Yeah.
But he's also can be the most vicious.
Yep. He's
One
a good
time
kitty.
we had a friend house him while we went on vacation, and we had to use raccoon gloves to get him into the car.
No joke.
Like
we had
legit,
to
like
go back.
leather gloves that went up to your
Yes. The shoulder.
all the way to
Yep.
shoulder.
And he was a beast.
He did not want to because he would.
It was the gloves. It was the leather gloves that you
he
wear.
has like trauma from like being left or something.
It was the
because-
leather hawk gloves, but it goes to your shoulder.
Oh, the hawk. I thought you were saying
It could have been. It was rabies.
Gloves.
It was rabies
They
gloves.
were raccoon
Don't get
gloves.
bit by this rabbit.
And I had so much
Yeah.
claw marks on my hands that Sean was worried I was going to get cat scratch fever.
I did.
Yeah, you were
Did I say
like,
that? Is that a thing?
You were like, that's a thing.
That's just a song. That's just a song.
It's a thing where you can get cats, if you get too many scratches, because their
Shut
claws
up.
are
I
dirty.
never said that because I never knew that existed.
You said you were worried about my hands. Maybe it was my mom. But my
I
mom
never knew that existed until right this moment.
Okay, so maybe it was my mom, but I remember my mom was saying that like it's legit a thing because cats have so much dirt under their nails from like
I can see that
pawing in the litter box.
Oh, I can see that.
That if you get
that makes
too
sense.
many claw marks, they can get super infected, and you can get like horrible that's what the fever is like a fever from the infections.
Literally, you're just infected.
Yeah, you're infected.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense.
That being said,
so okay, let's go recap because people aren't listening just to hear us talk.
Our cats.
So we talked about our truck in the last podcast. We talked about our RV. We talked about when we're getting both of those. We talked about
putting the house on the market.
Putting our house on the market.
Pages.
And signing pages and what we needed to do. And then the next couple episodes, you'll see in hopefully sped up videos. Maybe we can get Bailey on this. We'll get sped up videos of our documentary of packing the house, and we'll get documentaries of what we're doing to the house, and maybe you'll even get a picture of our house in all of our updates and edits to it. But
faux show.
I really, when I was signing the documents, I'm really happy for the people that buy this house because they're coming into a house that was taken care of. They're coming into a house that's just been newly renovated, and they are being treated right. Like we've taken care of all of our systems. We've taken care of our sump pumps. We've taken care of our outside. I mean,
I thought the funniest part about signing all those papers today was she was like, the soft water thing is taken care of.
We don't have any soft water here.
She had checked like that we had a soft water.
Yeah.
A water softener. And we were like, I was like, oh yeah, we have a water softener. And Sean's like, no, we don't have a water softener.
We have no what, soft,
I was like, I had no idea.
Water.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, there's no soft water here. It's all hard. I mean, when you get out of the shower, you can see how dry your skin is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you can see how dry your skin is.
I mean, I thought I need a lotion every time I get out of it. I thought I was just getting old because I have to lotion my face every time I get out of the shower. I thought I was just getting old.
With the soft,
that's the thing.
Yeah, with the soft shower, when you lather yourself up, it's gonna feel like you need to rinse multiple times because that's soft water.
I think I would hate soft water.
Yeah, I think it takes time to get used to, but I think you love
when
soft
we lived
water.
when we were in Florida visiting your grandpa. I think you said his water was so soft, and I remember like always feeling like there was like a film on everything.
Slime on you.
Yeah, and like my hair was so crazy. I couldn't do anything with it. And then that with the humidity, my hair was just nuts.
You're always wet and you're always walking around. You can't dry yourself off. Yeah, that's soft water.
So we don't have a soft water softener. So
when
if you move
dry
into a house, you might want one.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your thing, but I think I like hard.
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next couple weeks. It's going to be really balls to the wall getting it. Is that appropriate?
Yes.
What is that phrase? That's a stupid phrase.
Balls to the walls.
That's a stupid phrase.
It's like if you're playing handball.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Everybody's excited. We're going to throw all our balls.
Throw all our balls to the wall.
Or if you're juggling and you throw all your balls in the air.
Nope.
Balls to the ceiling.
Nope. It's literally game on right now. Like tomorrow, Saturday, I mowed the lawn today, so now I have all morning tomorrow before we go to our birthday party for the kid to do something.
We gotta paint our
advice,
bedroom.
Joy, signing off. Any advice to those listeners out there right now? I know my advice, and I've given it to Joe already earlier this morning. But any advice to any of the homeowners now that might be thinking about road trips 2, 3, 4 years from now?
Like, what should they do to prepare now?
Yes.
So if you're considering doing what we're about to do,
yes.
I think my advice would be to
get it done.
Do it now.
Sorry.
Well, and I think
this is your advice, not my advice.
I was going to say, I think the thing for us, why we waited so long, is we kept thinking, well, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Or we won't need to do that.
Yeah.
So maybe you won't know until you get to that point where we were like about to sell and we are like, let's just do the kitchen or whatever. Right. But I would say if you know there's something that needs to be done eventually, do those early on, because right now we have so many projects. And there's so many things that we could have done. Like I half painted our hallway.
Yeah.
Many hallways are half painted. We're half painted in our house for over 2 years. Yeah. Because I started painting and then, I don't have a tall enough ladder, or I don't have this, I don't have that. And then I just quit and I never did it again. Mm-hmm. And now everybody
knows
fix all these things.
It's blind to us.
Yeah. I don't even see it unless I look at it specifically.
You might have a room out there or your house out there that's half complete and you don't know it's half complete because it's kind of become blind to you. But if I were to do this again,
like TT ceiling, I forgot that it had a big hole in it for so long that it was normal to me. And then when we went in and it was fixed, you guys had to point out, oh, your ceiling's fixed. And I was like, well, I didn't even realize it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's probably an obvious one. I would also say maybe, start doing research, because it took us a long time to figure out what kind of RV that we wanted and truck that we wanted and things like that. And so just things like
there's a right truck, there's a right RV for every individual.
Well, and like go look online, like see what other people are doing, follow people on Instagram, like is a bus right for you? Is a tiny house right for you? There's so many different options. Like the people that are in vans, I'm like, I wish we could be in a van.
You can't do that with 3 kids.
3 kids and 4 animals. No.
How to be that free with a family of 5 plus animals.
And it's just
insane to me.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. Yeah.
So I would say there's a perfect, mobile home for everybody.
Yep.
And finding out what that isn't always easy. Like when I first started looking, I thought a Class C RV or a converted bus. Those were my top choices.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
And Sean was like, hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
That's not going to work.
That's where my mentality is like, I can't last 5 hours on the road with the road trip.
And I just wanted to go on the road.
Yeah.
And so I was like, whatever makes Sean happy is fine with me. Happy husband, happy.
No, that doesn't work that way. Happy wife, happy life. That doesn't work.
Happy. Well, regardless, if he's happy, I'm happy. And so I was like, well, what will you like? What do you want? And when we started looking at General RV, that's when we really started
looking into it. Look into it.
And
just travel.
It down.
I mean, not travel, but like look
we
at.
We checked out the Class A's. We checked out.
Yeah.
We didn't go inside the Class C's, but we looked at them. We went in the trailers.
Was, fifth wheel.
We went in the fifth wheels. We checked out everything, and the Toyhaulers were honestly like the last thing we looked at. I mean, obviously it was the last thing because
we don't have any toys.
Well,
why would we get a Toyhauler?
But it was also like obviously the last one because that's the one we picked, so we wouldn't continue looking. But
that's very true.
But I wanted to look at Airstreams, but I was like, oh, they're too expensive. And
we never talked about They Come Knocking.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I would advise anybody to watch that shitty movie. Have I seen it? No. Do I know it's a shitty movie? Yes. Do I know it would freak?
Cussing a lot.
Do I know it's a bad movie? Yes. Do I know Joy wants to see it? No. She has no desire to see it.
No, that's false. I have great desire to watch it.
It's going to be a bad movie.
I can't watch it.
It's going to be a terrible movie. I don't need to see it to be a terrible movie, but I need to see it just because
I want to scare the living daylights out of me.
Squirm.
So we recently watched Bird Box. I started watching Bird Box on my own. He came in the middle of it and then finished it with me. Also, he's the kind of guy that when he watches scary movies, he laughs the whole time. And I'm the kind of person that watches scary movies and then has nightmares afterwards.
There's very
different.
There's like one split second of that trailer that's then at the end of it, it's like,
well, I didn't even finish the trailer.
There's a person behind whatever that actress name is. And
oh my gosh, stop.
Oh, okay.
And then we watched A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
And both times you were like, are you going to be okay?
Yeah, you were freaking
should
out.
I turn it off?
You really were freaking out.
I get emotional over horror and scary and thriller movies.
I wish I could get into that.
Shake me emotionally.
I wish I could get into a movie that much.
And they come knocking. I talked about it on my Insta stories, but I'm just like...
So we're going to sign off.
They scare...
We're going to watch it.
No.
And we're going to report back to you guys.
No, I'm not watching it. I can't.
We will watch it.
No, because here's the thing. And I've said this to you. I'm going to say it again. I can't watch it. And I said this on my Insta stories too. When I go camping, regular tent camping, if I hear that something in the woods, I assume it's a person coming to kill me. I don't assume it's a squirrel or a bunny or a bear or anything like that. It's somebody coming to slit my throat. So watching a scary movie...
That's pretty dark.
That's what I'm fearful of. That's like...
Jeez.
That's what I'm afraid of. So then watching a scary movie about somebody in an Airstream in the middle of nowhere, I would not be able to boondock anywhere. Like I would be like, they're coming to get me. And honestly, even watching the trailer...
Watch it.
Even watching the trailer, I feel like traumatized me enough that I'm going to think about that when we're in the boondock. That's
good.
I'm like, yep.
Enough.
Like when we're boondocking.
What if I told you?
I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, remember they come knocking?
What if I told you that movie consisted of aliens?
Oh, it's aliens?
I don't know.
Oh, if it was aliens, I could probably be okay with it. But then I'd still have, like, X-Files has traumatized me for camping as well.
Yeah, we're gonna watch those again.
Here's the thing: it's not like
I'm traumatize you before.
It's not like I'm like laying in bed being like, no, it's reasonable that there's somebody in the woods trying to kill me. I know it's not reasonable that there's somebody in the woods that's like that tent right there. That's where I'm gonna go kill somebody. I'm like, I know that I sound insane. I'm still completely and utterly terrified.
Yeah,
I know it's crazy. That doesn't mean it takes the fear away, knowing that it's crazy.
So next time on the podcast, we'll report on They Come Knocking. We'll report on our vehicle purchase. Hopefully we'll have some documentary style video for you. Mm-hmm. And we'll tell you how it's going with our updates. But anybody that's watching that has this desire to do it, I would recommend doing as much as you can now, enjoying your house, enjoying your home as soon as you can, because we took 5 years to do this, to the kitchen, to do our baseboards, to do our floors. And if we had done that 4 years ago, we could have enjoyed this for, the time we lived there. And that's why I say when we're selling this house, I feel really good for the person moving in, because we've taken so much good care of this house that they're moving into a great house. They're moving into a better house than we've moved into, and that makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. But that makes me more excited to go on this road trip and actually build a house that we want, and we've always, it's our forever home. So without further ado, let's sign off. Well, let's watch the movie.
We're not watching that movie.
And we'll see you next week, and we'll report on some good things, because it's only we're going from 5 miles an hour to 500 miles an hour. It's going to go really quick now. So stay tuned.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
If they're watching, they're going to subscribe, right? If they're like interested.
I mean, they might as well if they're watching, because we're so funny. So subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever this podcast is being shown, so that we can be better viewed, better. What is it?
Rated?
No, but they show it.
Oh, they show it more often?
They show it more. If we're higher rated,
is that how it works?
They recommend it more. Shut up. Sorry, he's in marketing. He knows that's how podcasts work.
Get out of here.
So if you rate and review us, more people will be able to see us. Share us with a friend.
Share us with a friend. Share this stream. And remember, folks.
Share us with a friend.
We'll sign off with that.
You know what? You like my singing.
Yep. All right. There it is. Road to Mayhem episode 4, complete and done. Thank you, folks. And remember, we are not wearing any pants.